Will your ex tell you if they want you back? That's what we're going to be talking about in this video, but first, my name is Clay with ModernLove.life, where we help you get the great, loving relationship that you're looking for without having to play mind games, without having to play hard to get, and without having to pretend to be someone or something that you are not, because you deserve to be loved for the unique, amazing, and wonderful person that you are. And if you agree with me, do me a favor by hitting that thumbs up button right down below this video. And if you're new here and you like what we're talking about, feel free to subscribe to the channel as well too, so that you can get notifications when we post and upload new videos. Also, do want to let you know that we're talking in this video about the actual part of getting back together, where you get back together. And if you want to learn how to have that kind of conversation with your ex, that is one of the 7 situations that we cover inside of our Connect and Commit course. You can find information about Connect and Commit down there. I'm not going to twist your arm for it, so if it's not right for you, no worries. If you just want to watch this video, totally fine, but do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. All right, so is your ex going to actually let you know if they want to get back together with you? And the truth is that sometimes they will, but many times they actually will not. Now, I mean, if they let you know that they want to get back together with you, I mean, you probably don't need too much help from me, right? Because they're saying like, hey, I think we should get back together. And it's like, okay, yeah, let's get back together. Great, go off, live happily ever after, all that stuff. But if you're getting this like weird sense that they might want to be with you, they might want to get back together with you, they might have feelings for you or something like that, but they're not really vocalizing it, but maybe they're doing things, saying certain things, you can see it in their body language or something like that. Know that there definitely could be part of them that's thinking about the two of you being together again, but they just might not feel comfortable talking about it, or I mean, potentially they may just not be consciously aware of it themselves. Now let's talk about them being not consciously aware of it themselves, and then we'll kind of get into them not feeling comfortable talking about it. So, if they're not consciously aware of this, it could just be kind of like an instinctive thing. They're like obviously attracted to you for reasons that we've talked about in many other videos on this channel. I'm not going to go into that too much, but your ex, most likely, like 99% chance, is still very attracted to you, no matter what they said about attraction and all of that. They're most likely still attracted to you. And when you're attracted to someone physically, emotionally, whatever, you're gonna behave in certain ways around them. You're gonna naturally want to be close to them. You're gonna want to do things, like touching them and all that stuff, making physical contact, taking conversations maybe towards more of a deeper level, opening up, sharing more, all of that stuff. And it's just a natural thing that people do when they are attracted to someone. So if you're starting to see your ex do these sorts of things, it could just be an instinctive kind of thing. And, depending on how everything is kind of falling into place, you may need to kind of like let that simmer a little bit more, let it cook a little bit more before you kind of bring up the subject of getting back together. Or you may just want to pull their attention toward what they're actually doing, so that you can actually bring the conversation toward what's obviously happening there between the two of you. So make sure that you're being aware of that. And this also could be something that they are aware of, and they just don't feel comfortable overtly expressing it and overtly talking about this. And this is actually really common, because many times people don't want to be the first one to kind of stick their neck out there on the line and say something vulnerable. We'd always prefer it if someone else did that. And I know that people have these like weird rules, like, well, you broke up with me, so you should be the first one to come back. But then they might be thinking, well, I broke up with you and I hurt you, so why should I come back into your life and hurt you again, or something like that. And so there's like all these like weird rules and structures that people have in place that can cause them to behave in strange ways. But what you want to do is you want to you want to realize that, okay, you want to lead first by vulnerability. You want to lead first by steering the conversation towards what they're likely expressing, because they may not feel comfortable taking that first move towards vulnerability. They don't want to be the first person to kind of stick their neck out there and say like, hey, I've been thinking about getting back together with you, and then it just kind of like falls flat, and then you say like, what, you want to get back together with me? That's a terrible idea. Why would you be thinking about that? And then they feel embarrassed, right? And so oftentimes this can be a really big problem, especially if you're following other people's advice and playing mind games and acting aloof, acting like you don't care. They might have that hesitancy about putting their neck out there and risking potential rejection or risking embarrassment. Whereas if you follow maybe more of the advice like what I might say, or maybe some other people that might have similar viewpoints, you want to just slowly build the emotional connection over time. You want to make this a co-creation between the two of you so that the two of you can build this future relationship together rather than playing some sort of mind game or reverse psychology trick or something like that in order to make them want to be with you. This is something that you can actually create together by connecting on an emotional level, communicating clearly, working together on the same team, and like actually take it one step at a time and create something beautiful together. And, so obviously leading by vulnerability, being willing to take that first step, being willing to express what you're thinking, express what you're feeling, kind of point the conversation in that direction can be really, really helpful in helping the two of you start to talk about getting back together. And as you start to open up and as you start to be more vulnerable about things, then it's going to give your ex permission to do that as well too, because they're going to see, yeah, you're opening up, yeah, you're sharing what's going on, yeah, you're committed to this interaction. So if I talk about what I'm talking about, if I talk about what I'm thinking or feeling, then that's going to probably be well received, and I'm not going to be, rejected or judged or looked down on or something like that for even suggesting the idea of us getting back together. And now obviously you don't want to do this if your ex is in some like super reactive state. If you're familiar with our 5 stages your ex goes through, I'll put the video card up there if you're not familiar with the 5 stages. But if your ex is in like riding the dragon or one of the earlier stages, then you're probably not going to want to have this conversation with them, especially if they're like wall of reactance or test drive. It's just going to go over very, very poorly. Trust me. I know this from personal experience. I know this from working with people over the years. You definitely want to make sure that emotional connection is at a certain threshold before you introduce the topic of getting back together. But when you are at that threshold, potentially crisis point or absolutely new beginnings, you can totally bring up the subject of getting back together and, lead by vulnerability, let them walk through that open door. You can have the commitment collaboration talk that we talk about inside the Connect and Commit course that I mentioned it earlier on in this video. And you can totally cross that bridge into a new relationship with one another. They may not feel comfortable leading with this sort of conversation themselves. So oftentimes it can make sense for you to take the lead and to get this conversation started. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested in getting back together with your ex, so I think that shouldn't be a big issue. The only reason it should be an issue is if you're like really hung up on like playing mind games, or you think this is some sort of like power struggle or something, and it's like, well, I want them to ask me to get back together. And it's like, okay, like we can wait for them to ask you, or if you just are willing to take the initiative and ask yourself, we can get this going a whole lot faster. It just depends. Are you more interested in actually having a relationship, or are you more interested in having the relationship come together in a specific way? If you're interested in having it come together in a specific way, then I'm probably not the guy for you. And I'm more interested in kind of just helping you to get the relationship in the first place, okay? Because my belief is that it doesn't matter how something starts. It just matters that like it's there and it's good and it's working for the people involved in it, okay? So just to answer the question once again, yes, your ex can absolutely bring up the fact that they want to get back together if they, feel brave, if they're like an outgoing sort of person, all of that. It definitely can happen. But it can also happen that if maybe they're worried about how they are going to be received or how it's going to come across or something like that, they absolutely might hold themselves back and not be overt about what they want or how they're feeling. And if that is the case, you have to be willing to take that step. You have to be willing to guide the interaction and lead by vulnerability and show them that you're committed to the interaction so that they feel comfortable committing to the interaction themselves and they feel comfortable opening up and being open and honest and vulnerable themselves too. Now, like I said before, we do cover how to have this kind of conversation with your ex inside our Commit and Connect course. You can find info on that down below in the description box for this video. But other than that, I hope this video has helped you out. If you do like what we're doing, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. It tells YouTube like, hey, these are cool videos. I like them. You should show them to more people that you think might like them, because YouTube keeps lots of information and data on everyone. They know what you're watching. They're keeping records. And anyway, that's a story for another day. But it does help me out anyway. So please help me out by hitting that thumbs up button and subscribing if you're not already subscribed. If you do want to learn more about those 5 stages your ex goes through, so you know if it makes sense to lead by vulnerability or not, check out this video series over here on your ex's emotional journey towards getting back together, or you might also be interested in this video over here. But thank you so much for watching. Please take care, and I'll talk to you in the next video. See ya.